What's up, YouTube? What's up, Rumble? Big Max Dolluz here. Vlog number 32. And got a little bit of info. But before I get to that, why don't you go buy my book on Amazon for $2.99 and support your boy. First time author. Okay? It's called The Prison Diaries. Go to Amazon. Punch in The Prison Diaries. Maxwell. That's my first name. And the book should pop right up. But it does look like this. Started my day out pretty crazy today. About 4 o'clock, 4:15 in the morning, I saw a bear in my next door neighbor's driveway. And I'm not talking about a masculine homosexual. I'm talking about an actual frigging bear. Big old, easily 700, 800 pound brown bear. And I was tripping. I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette. And, you know, obviously it's dark outside. Nobody around. I live in the mountains, but bears aren't super common to see. And the driveway motion light in my neighbor's driveway went off. And so I turn around, and sure as shit, a massive brown bear. Like it easily anywhere from 700 to 1,000 pounds. I don't know. It was huge though. Standing on all fours. I'm 6'4". Standing on all fours, his back probably went up to like my neck. And so I look over there, and my dog's out on the deck with me. I look over there. I'm like, no freaking way. Pick the dog up. I'm like, hey, come here. Pick him up. And I start walking him back inside. And at first, the bear's just walking across the driveway, right? Under the light. I'm like, holy shit. And so I pick the dog up and look back over there. I'm about to take the dog back inside and go grab my phone so I can start recording it. And then the bear hears me, and it turns and faces me, and then it just starts staring at me. And the driveway is like, I don't know, 150 feet across the street. And so I run upstairs, wake my girl up. I'm like, hey, dude, there's a fucking giant bear across the street. She's like, whatever. She don't even care. She's seen a bear before. I never seen a bear before. Not outside like the zoo or the circus. Like, definitely not like this shit was so startling, man. Like, it would have looked weird if it was just like, you know, a domesticated animal that was that big, like a cow or a horse standing over there. But it was a massive bear. And I'm sitting there. I run outside, go back, you know, I go get my phone, and then by the time I come out, it's gone. And you know, over the last, I don't know, a couple months or so, like the trash in the neighborhood, people's trash has been like getting taken out of their trash and just spread all over the ground. And we assumed it was like raccoons or whatever, you know what I mean? There's all kinds of like coyotes, and there's mountain lions. I've seen a mountain lion before, tons of coyotes, obviously crows, and like big ass birds, whatever. But now I'm starting to think, no, it was a giant bear that's been doing all this. And so I'm gonna try to capture some footage. Like, I'm gonna go out there like in the mornings now and like look around and hopefully get some video. But it basically looked just like, I'll put a picture up right here. It looked exactly like this. Big ass animal, man. Healthy, thick. You know what I mean? Big old, almost fat, but he was definitely healthy. It looked real tough. Anyway, to promote my book, I'm just gonna like try to talk about some things that I didn't see or I didn't put in my book that I saw in prison that were kind of crazy. Now, some things about prison in California. That you've probably heard all of it, the politics, racially segregated, all that. You have to join a gang or whatever, all that. I was 38 when I went to prison. And like, as a 38-year-old, you're a little bit exempt from all like the gangster shit. Like, yeah, you still gotta like back up your race. If you see another white dude getting jumped by a different race, you gotta involve yourself or anything like that. But what you got to understand is, outside of all of the politics that go on, there's a lot of men who just don't know how to be civilized men and like an adult. And what I mean by that is like basic stuff can get you fucked up. Very basic shit can get your ass in a real bind. And I'm talking about like hygiene. If you go to jail and you go to prison in California, it's not like a written down rule, but you're going to be expected to like take care of yourself, like showering, like brushing your teeth. There's some real odd shit that I thought was kind of weird, but like it makes sense now. Like, so when I was in county jail and one of the places I was in prison, one of the things that was, let's see, common courtesy, I guess you could call it, is like peeing sitting down, like sitting on the toilet, which makes sense because you don't get a whole lot of cleaning products and opportunities to really like clean yourself or clean your cell, you know? So if you're standing there peeing in a toilet, you know how you get the splash sometimes. Like, it's hard to clean that shit up and stick to it. And like eventually your pad's going to be smelling like piss. And so one of the weird things was you got to pee sitting down in some places. Another little thing that I thought was kind of odd, but kind of makes sense. When you're brushing your teeth, you get your toothpaste on your toothbrush, put it in the sink. This is in prison mainly. But like, so you start brushing your teeth, right? Brushing your teeth, and you get a nice little lather going. Your initial spit, or anytime you're going to spit, you don't spit it into the sink. You walk over to the toilet and spit it into the toilet. Which is kind of like, all right, but, you know, it's going to be a little bit weird at first. Like, you forget. You're sitting there brushing your teeth. You're like, it's an instinct to just like spit it back in the sink, you know. Got the water run, it's going to run down anyway. But like, you could really get fucked up on some of this shit. You're definitely going to get jammed up about this kind of shit, especially about the peeing sitting down thing. Like, depending on who your cellie is and like what the deal is, but definitely going to want to sit down and pee. Brushing your teeth, like, and like definitely going to want to like take a shower regularly. Like, stay clean. Like, nobody, if you don't, there's going to, like, if it goes on long enough, there will actually be somebody that comes up to you that says, you need to shower, bro. And if you don't, you're going to get your ass whooped for not showering, for being the stinky guy, because the whole thing is making the whole car look like presentable and not like, we'll call them J-Cats. J-Cats in California prison system is like a weirdo or like a crazy person. I think J-Cat used to be like one of the, you know, the correctional officers, like, you know, what do they call those? Like a, you know, a code. It's like a code that they say to the other officer, oh, we got J-Cat over here, you know, code red or whatever, you know what I mean? It means for a crazy person. So if you're a weirdo and you're like all whacked out, people call you a J-Cat. And if you're not taking showers and shit, and you look all like a homeless person, they're going to call you a J-Cat, which could lead to you being offended, which could lead to you like saying some shit that's going to get your ass whooped. Either way, there's going to be people on you about your hygiene all the time. And you should, what I mean, like, if you're not like carry yourself like a man, like a civilized man, like normally for most people, that's not a problem. Most people want to take showers. Most people want to brush their teeth. Most people want their cells not smelling like urine. It could really cause you some problems. So just some things that I noticed that were like, they make sense, but like not everybody would know, you know, what to look forward to. Hopefully you don't ever go to jail or prison. But I'll give you one example of something that could have really got somebody fucked up. When I was in prison reception in 2019, Chino State Prison, CIM, California Institution for Men, and there was a porter, a guy, like he's like a janitor for like the block, and it was this old Crip, this old OG Crip guy. And one day we're all just in our cells because it was locked down almost all the time, and he's like, which one of you nasty motherfuckers took a shit in the shower? No shit, dude. Somebody took a fucking dump in the shower. And like, this should go without saying. If you get caught doing some weirdo shit like that, like, you're 100% gonna get your ass beat. Like any kind of thing that even resembles anything like that, where like there's like a community thing that everybody has to use, and you do some rancid ass shit like that, like it's automatic. I don't know. Some places you might get killed for that. I don't know. But you for sure would get your ass whooped. So like this dude's yelling at it, the porter, this dude is yelling at everybody like, we ever find out who the fuck that is, you already fucking know, man. And then at the next yard, the leaders of the white people got us all in a meeting out there on the yard, and they're like, hey man, like if we find out that it was one of you guys that shit in the shower, man, you already know what time it is, man. Like there's nothing we could do about that. You're out of here so fast, and we're gonna fuck you up, all that kind of shit. So like there's dudes in there with real mental illness, or just like ain't got no goddamn sense at all, that like if you just do these little things, you can avoid a whole lot of problems. Good hygiene, don't shit in the shower, and just be a normal fucking person with some common sense, and you're gonna avoid a lot of problems. There's basic rules you gotta follow, you know what I mean? Stick up for yourself, basic shit, and you're gonna be fine. Don't be a weirdo, don't be a J-cat. Go buy my book, hear all kinds of crazy shit that happened. Max Dolluz, until the next one. Out.